It's Tuesday, and we got some news and rumors for you guys today regarding our Detroit Lions. We're going to get into the information and what we know about the COVID situation with Jared Goff. We're going to be talking about could DAndre Swift return. Also, Craig Reynolds, he signed a new contract, but there's actually a nugget in there that I noticed. We'll talk about that. And we're going to get into Will Harris. Is he a starting for the Lions? And Trey Flowers' Big V contract. But before we get into this video, if you would like to experience what it's like to put icy hot in your eye, in both of your eyes, and push it and moosh it all around, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions, news and rumors, and what we talk about can definitely make you go blind. As well as go ahead and put icy hot on the like button's eye because we want to see this guy go blind. Let's get into today's Lions rumors.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Let's start with Craig Reynolds' contract. Now, it was reported yesterday the Detroit Lions signed Craig Reynolds to the 53-man roster. Well-deserved, no doubt about it. But there was a nugget in there that explained that this contract was not just for this year, but it's for next year. So, what does that mean? Well, I tried to look up to see what the contract details were for Craig Reynolds. I could not find anything on it, but for him and his age and what he has done, the average was around $1.5 million. Now, we don't know what the contract is until the details come out. With that said, signing him to next year, it shows that the Detroit Lions believe he is 53-man worthy next year, and that spells a lot of information and rumors about what's going to happen for the running back room next year. You already got DAndre Swift. He's going to be here. Jamal Williams is signed for next year. Now it looks like Craig Reynolds is going to be in the mix for the number 3 spot. And what about Godwin Igwebuike and Jermar Jefferson? Well, Jermar Jefferson's going to be here due to the fact he's on a rookie contract. So could Godwin Igwebuike be on his way out? And Craig Reynolds solidified himself for the Lions going forward. First off, I like the fact that he's solidified. I do believe that is the case. And, hey, the Detroit Lions really don't have to do a whole lot for the running back position, whether it be the draft or free agency. So this is some good, interesting news. What do you guys think? Are you happy that Craig Reynolds is signed for next year and it looks to be part of the 53-man roster in 2022? Why for yes and for no? Will Harris starting cornerback for 2022? We're not talking about this year as we've seen all the injuries, but we're talking about next year. Could he have placed himself in the mix? Why is this important? Well, we have a ton of injured cornerbacks that will be coming back next year. Jeffrey Okudah, Jerry Jacobs, Melifon was a little bit banged up. Could Will Harris jump in this position and take one of these spots? Well, he's got 3 games to make an impression, and so far when he's in the nickel spot, he's done a very good job. This is a testament to Aaron Glenn and Dan Campbell for doing exactly what we wanted them to do. You take players and you put them in positions to succeed. Clearly he was failing as a safety, terrible at safety, but he's succeeding at nickel cornerback. So if he can impress the next 3 games, that makes the roster for the cornerback position next to you very, very interesting. If Jerry Jacobs come back fully healthy, Jeffrey Okudah healthy, Will Harris, as he's in there, as well as Melifon, we already know Amani's going to be on the team. Guess what? There's going to be competition to see who can start, as well as it would be less position to fill in the NFL draft. We've seen mock drafts where the Detroit Lions take a cornerback fairly early, maybe late in the first round, early in the second round. Well, if Will Harris can impress, that won't be the case for the 2022 NFL Draft. They could take a corner late in the round, and we can use something in the beginning, predominantly on safety or wide receiver, to really help out this position going forward. Do you want the Detroit Lions to go ahead and make Will Harris the starting nickel corner? Not just this year, but next year. Let me know in the comment section. I wanted to get into the Trey Flowers and Big V contracts. I seen an article today. It said, do not extend Big V. It made me think about, what is the contract for Big V? What is the contract for Trey Flowers? Could the Detroit Lions go ahead and cut one or both? Well, let's get into it. Next year, Trey Flowers' dead cap hit is $12.8 million with a cap hit of $23.2 million. His contract is 11.10% of the Detroit Lions' whole cap roster. That is a big contract. And if the Detroit Lions decide to cut him, they can save nearly $11 million. I think at this point, it's inevitable. He's not going to be on the Detroit Lions next year. It'll save the Lions $11 million in cap. Now put them at $51 million with his release. And I think that would bode really well if the Detroit Lions would like to extend specific players like a Tracy Walker and or pick up a wide receiver in free agency and continue to make this team good fiscally and be responsible. Comment on the video. Do you want Trey Flowers to return next year in 2022? This one is simple. Y for yes, N for no. What do you guys want? Do you want him to return? Let me know in the comment section. Well, what about Big V? Well, his dead cap hit is $4.2 million, and his cap hit is $8.4 million. It only accounts for 4% of the Lions' cap space. So, if the Detroit Lions decided to cut, they can save $4.2 million, and that would add up to $55 million nearly in cap space. When it comes to Big V, I think it's a little bit of a different story. He's actually done very well at the right guard position, so this is much of a question mark. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they could release him or keep him. This would be something looking forward to the NFL draft. Will the Detroit Lions decide to draft a right guard fairly early, 3rd round, 4th round? That could really see how Big V's presence on the Detroit Lions going forward. Is DAndre Swift coming back this week? Well, I read a report today that potentially he could return to practice early as this week. Well, what that would mean for the Detroit Lions? Well, I don't think if he returns this week, that means he's going to play on Sunday. We have been fairly good regarding getting players back at practice where they're just slowly working them in and they're actually not playing for the up-and-coming game. So if DAndre Swift does return to practice this week, I still would expect him to not be a go on Sunday versus the Atlanta Falcons. Why is that? Craig Reynolds. We have a guy that actually can do it. And Jermar Jefferson is perfectly fine to be that other running back for the Detroit Lions. So I think that it's good that he's getting healthy. At the same time, no need to rush it. We're not going to go ahead and make the playoffs, and we got a good guy for his position. Also, same thing with Alex Anzalone. He was placed on an IR list, but it's not a significant injury per rumors. So not too bad regarding the injury front for those two individuals. The Detroit Lions right now versus the Atlanta Falcons are a 5-point underdog. And if you believe that the Detroit Lions can win, then you need to go to chatsports.com/lionsbet. That is BetUS. If you put in the promo code Lions125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. Hey, bet on the Lions to win. They've done a great job so far this season betting on them to cover. And even if you don't expect them to win, if you decide to think that they can cover, then go ahead and do it. 5 points is a big deal, and I think they can cover. As you know, Jared Goff was placed on the COVID reserve list. What does that mean for his status for the Atlanta Falcons game? Well, it really depends if he has received the COVID vaccination or not. There's different rules. Now, if you're not vaccinated, you have a 10-day period. You must go ahead and stay home and get better, then get tests done to see if you're good to go. But if you are vaccinated, which I'm pretty sure he is, vaccinated test positive for COVID-19, players must isolate themselves immediately, but is eligible to rejoin the team if he remains symptom-free and has 2 negative tests in 24 hours apart. In other words, they could theoretically rejoin the team as soon as 24 hours after testing positive. However, experiencing symptoms Player must remain in isolation until he returns 2 negative tests, asymptomatic, for 48 hours. That means if Jared Goff can do 2 negative tests, and he's not showing a whole lot of signs of being sick, he can return the team and play for the Detroit Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons. I think that would be the best case scenario for the Detroit Lions. I do not want to see Tim Boyle at quarterback, and I do want to see the Detroit Lions finish strong, and I want to see Jared Goff continue to excel so far that we've seen in the last 4 games, continue to get better. So I'm going ahead and putting my prayers up for Jared Goff. Get better, buddy. We do need your help for the Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons game, and just like anything Detroit Lions, we got to cross our fingers and hope, yes, the hopium, that things can get better. And when it comes to Jared Goff, we will see if he's able to go probably by Friday or Saturday, giving the 24-hour rule of getting 2 negative tests. We'll see what's going on with Jared Goff before Sunday. Folks, tomorrow I got a video dropping. It's a mock draft, mocking the draft. A lot of interesting drafts of what people think the Detroit Lions are going to do. One being insane. It's got trades after trades after trades for the Lions in the first round. I can't wait you guys to see that one. As well as we got the One Pride podcast on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Yes, we're going to talk all things Detroit Lions. We're going to have a good time doing so. Make sure you guys show up on Thursday. And on Saturday, we got the mailbag segment. And on Sunday, Detroit Lions live watch party, Lions versus Atlanta Falcons. Will the Lions continue to get winning ways and win against the Falcons? We will see, but I hope you guys are there for an epic, epic game.